Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we cover all things real estate in the DC area. In this video, we're going over an exclusive first look we have of a brand new community in Arlington, Virginia. The community is Dominion Hills, or the Grove at Dominion Hills by Toll Brothers. This community is going to be a site plan of 40 single-family homes with their own backyards situated right at the edge of Arlington where it meets Falls Church. Now, if you've been following any of my other videos and if you've been watching the news, you are aware that we have a serious inventory problem in this country, and the DC area is no exception to that. So if you don't want to have to outbid other buyers for good or great existing homes, new construction could be a great opportunity for you. Now, if you are seriously looking at new construction, whether it be at the Grove at Dominion Hills or anywhere else in the country, you need to have your own representation representing your own interests and protecting you in the transaction. And those commissions for those agents are typically paid for by the builder or the developer. But if you do not bring your agent with you on the very first appointment or visit, then you will not have representation throughout the transaction. So if you're not going to use myself for the Grove at Dominion Hills, certainly have your own other agent with you for the very first meeting, so that way you have representation throughout the transaction and your interests are protected. Okay, so as you can see here, this development site is very much in heavy construction. The first 8 home sites are nearing completion, with the first sale scheduled for September of 2023. And you can see they're doing a ton of prep work for the other 32 home sites, with a lot of digging in the land and getting things prepped out for the construction of the other 32 home sites. Now, what they have going on with the existing 8, you can still have some customization options. We can do a virtual or an in-person showing for you. They are typically going to be 5 beds, around 5 baths, around 5,000 square feet, roughly in those parameters. You have options for elevators, multi-generational suites. Certainly you can deck out what's going on in the interior. You are limited a little bit in the size of your individual lots. This is Arlington, for example, so you are used to smaller lot sizes in Arlington. They will be certainly under a 1/4 of an acre, closer probably to a 1/6 of an acre from the plans that I've seen. So there's a lot you can do within your house itself, but you're not going to have a big sprawling backyard here. You're not going to have pools in the backyard for sure. So just know that going into it. Now, base pricing for these houses is at $1.9 million and up from there. Now, I would expect when you do additions to it, or if you do upgrades, you're going to be somewhere in the $100,000 to $300,000 range for upgrades. So don't be surprised on that when you write a contract and it's greater than $1.9 million. $1.9 million is the base pricing that they're putting out there right now for the first set of 8 houses. And that typically does go up as construction goes on. So houses say 40 or houses say 35 through 40 will probably have a base price higher than 1.9 as they get closer to that point. And as you can see here in this first look that we have, these are unfinished properties right now. They're still missing things like mirrors and other little touches throughout, a little bit of paint here, maybe some electrical to be run there, and all the properties for that matter. So, but there are 8 different models available to you, and they have a very much a modern farmhouse theme running throughout. But you can certainly make the interior as timeless as you want to be, or you can run wild with the farmhouse look if that is your thing. You have options for multi-generational suites. You have options to add or remove bedrooms and bathrooms. So you can certainly deck this out to a different look and feel than you're seeing in this tour. Okay, and this development, as I mentioned, is in Arlington, right at the edge of Falls Church, but it is in Arlington County, so you're going to get Arlington County services and Arlington County schools. The schools that are currently zoned for this development are Cardinal Elementary School, Swanson Middle School, and Yorktown High School, but as always, check because boundaries can change. Now, in terms of the stuff that's nearby, you are walkable to Eden Center, which is in Falls Church, right? It's right across the line. And that is the largest Vietnamese commercial corridor on the East Coast. We've covered it in other videos, but it is worth an explore on its own. And other stuff that's nearby, you've got Seven Corners Shopping Center. That's gonna have your Target, your Home Depot, your Safeway, all the little things that you need on a day-to-day basis. And if you go 5 minutes away, you're going to be in Tyson's Corner, which will cover all of your mega shopping and everything you need there. And then in terms of going into town, you are another maybe 10 minutes from DC. You're about 5 minutes from the closest metro station, which is East Falls Church, which is, don't be fooled by the name. It's East Falls Church, but it's actually in Arlington. So it's 1.5 miles away from this development site. So you could walk or bike if you want very easily to get to there and then to take the train into town. And if you are looking for excellent restaurants nearby, one of my personal favorites is Yumi Sushi. Absolutely awesome place to go to. Make sure you have a reservation though. It's certainly tougher on the weekends. Now for Parks and Rec, this new development of 40 homes is not going to have its own little, workout center, community center, those kinds of things, right? It's just houses with your own backyards. But you are in Dominion Hills in Arlington, which has one of the best park systems in the entire country. So there are a ton of parks and playgrounds around. You're right by the WOD trail, so you can certainly bike, walk, run, do all the things you want to do outdoors very easily from this location. So don't be thrown off that you don't have a little neighborhood pool with this new community. There are plenty of parks, pools, playgrounds nearby. Now, I hope this information was helpful for you about this new development site, the Grove at Dominion Hills in Arlington, Virginia. If you have any questions about this development or any other new construction in the area, if you want to schedule an in-person or virtual tour of this property, feel free to contact me directly. My contact information is in the description box below. And until next time, I hope to see you around town.